Hi, hello. If you're joining me again, welcome back. And if you're new, hi, my name is Nikita, and I'm a recovering addict. I'm documenting my journey towards recovery and healing so that I have something to look back on when it feels like I haven't made any significant progress. These videos are going to be a testimony to myself mainly, but to others also who kind of find inspiration in any of it. Hopefully, it makes someone feel less lonely about healing themselves. But this is majorly what we're doing. So I talk about things that are going on in my mind and kind of try to make sense of them while I'm recording, and try to get them off my mind as well. I'm a much better writer than I am a speaker, so a lot of fillers and foghorns will come across while I'm talking, but just be patient with me. That's really all I ask of. All right, so I've been thinking about what I want to talk, what topic I want to talk about, and one of the main topics that I kind of feel need addressing. I'm sorry about that. That's my cat's tail. So one of the main topics that I feel need addressing is how I got into it, how I started to abuse substances, and why it reached that point. So until I was in my early 20s or teenage years, I had a lot of suppressed memory about what I went through as a child. I had basically put it, under the load of just being alive, to be honest with you. I wouldn't think about it, wouldn't talk about it, wouldn't address it at all. But somewhere, it kind of kept growing and growing, and it reached a tipping point during COVID, because I was stuck in my mom and dad's house, and I was stuck with them during the lockdown that took place in India. I think it was a 3-month lockdown. I don't quite remember. But during those few months that I was there, I started to abuse drugs. And it became very difficult for me to keep suppressing my emotions and the neglect that I felt all through those years of me growing up. Especially because that neglect resulted in a lot of physical abuse that I faced from other people, and other people such as my grandfather's brother when I was in grade 1. My mom and dad were too busy amongst themselves, so he would kind of take me out and touch me inappropriately and things like that. And then when uh, when we came to India, I think I was in 7th grade or 8th grade, when my father's cousin started to physically abuse me. And so it became it became something that I couldn't ignore anymore, or brush under the rug, or you know uh, it got to a point wherein just looking at them made me angry, and just hearing their voice made me angry, and I felt I felt, betrayed by them, abandoned by them. So all those feelings kind of grew and kept growing during the lockdown period. And so, to kind of relax my mind, I would smoke a joint once in a while and, feel better. And then it started to feel more better if I smoked a couple of more. And it kept increasing day by day because I had to face them every day. I had to talk to them every day. I had to be nice to them every day. And I couldn't anymore. So, to keep myself in that mindset, I started to abuse drugs. I would wake up and I would smoke a joint, freshen up and then smoke another joint, have breakfast and then smoke another joint. And it it became into a thing wherein I would just back to back keep smoking up. And that that is how it kind of started. And then of course once you're under the influence, your thoughts and your feelings also kind of get affected, right? You look at the world in a different way. So I started feeling the same way about my husband, feeling that he too was hurting me in some way emotionally, which he wasn't. Let me make that clear. He wasn't. It's just that because I was under the influence, and it was such a breakless behavior. I just continuously felt like I was facing the same issues that I faced as a child. And yeah, so that's how it started. And then, of course, at a certain point, um, I I decided that I wanted to speak to somebody. So I looked up various doctors, consulted various doctors as well. Some of the doctors were very stupid, to be honest with you. And one of them, I'll give you an example, and you'll probably agree with me. So there's this one doctor that we went to, and I told her all my problems. I told her from day one to day now, everything that I had gone through. And I told her how I felt about it, what went on in my mind, how my brain worked, what kind of thoughts and feelings I had. And during that session with her, I also told her that I don't want to have children, because she was going to prescribe me some medicines. So she asked me, "Are you planning on getting pregnant or something like that?" And I told her, "No, there's no plan. I don't want to have kids." And she asked me, "Why don't you want to have kids?" I was like, "Because I don't." And she's like, "No, you must have kids. That will solve half your problems." And I was shocked by what I was hearing. And even though at that time I was under the influence, I realized, oh my god, she's so stupid. And so I decided to, not see her anymore. But then after, you know, tens of tries of finding a doctor, I finally found a doctor that, tested me for various things and, spoke to me, heard me, remembered the things I used to say to him, and really cared about his patients. So he's the doctor that I'm currently seeing. I've been seeing him for about, I want to say, 4 years now, and he's really changed my life around. And he's the reason that I was able to quit in the first place, quit abusing drugs in the first place. And he's the reason why my relapse wasn't as bad as it could have been. So I'm so grateful for him. Yeah, so that's about that's about the reason I got into drugs at all. um, but yeah, it's it's crazy that how much of our childhood uh, kind of carries on with us. So what we're working on now is inner child work, and for that, what I do is, try and talk to myself like I am still that child. I try to ensure that, if I'm having bad thoughts in my mind, negative thoughts in my mind, I try to remember that those thoughts and those feelings are for that child. And it makes me realize that I can't do that. I can't put that child through anything more than she already did. So, things like that. So I'm working on it. It's not a one and done kind of a solution. It's a consistent work. It's an everyday thing. So that's what we're going to keep working on. And yeah. So today, like I said, I'm going to try and find things to make a hobby out of. So today, my husband's gone to get me some canvases so that I can start painting. And I'm really excited about that. I woke up with excitement as well. So I'm really glad that I'm doing that. And I wrote a poem about it too. So let's read that, and hopefully you enjoy it. It's sorry, it's one of those things that you know I enjoy doing, writing, which I've realized of late. But more than writing, I like to share what I've written. It makes me really excited to see what kind of reactions I'll get. So here's day 9 of trying to love something. So here's the poem. I had to cut that part because I kind of stuttered a little bit. But here's the poem. Day 9 of trying to love something. Some enthusiasm sparked in me last night. A flicker, not a fire, but enough to light the path ahead. It feels like I'm answering to a calling, like a whisper that finally got tired of being ignored. Maybe I'm imagining it, but isn't that how all beginnings feel? Uncertain, trembling, yet somehow exactly where you're supposed to be. For now, it feels right, and maybe that's enough. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Tell me how you like the poems, at least in the comments. The suffering and everything, I know, it feels awful to listen to, but I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm looking for conversation. I'm looking for a bit of inspiration, to be honest with you. A lot of people go through way worse than what I've gone through. And I'm not oblivious to that. I understand that, my suffering in the larger scheme of things isn't as bad as others. So I recognize that I'm at a much better position. But at the same time, the child in me feels like it's the worst thing in the world. So that's why we talk. All right. Thank you for joining me. And thank you for being a part of this journey I'm on. Comment whatever your thoughts and feelings are. Write something nice, write something bad, but write something. It's important that you tell me what's happening. Um, and if you feel like sharing the video, please do. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to keep watching me. I'd really appreciate it. I'm also wearing my favorite color today, because it feels like a good day today. And I'm going to show you my painting tomorrow. Hopefully it turns out all right. I'm not a great painter or an artist for that matter, but hopefully, it brings some sort of peace to my heart. All right, thank you again and take care. um, I don't know how to end this video except to say bye bye. Take care. Bye.